Abusiafo ni adofisa ready ni chemo parliament house enya senketwa ehwaye shishishi pa president John Dramani Mahama ready ni so na wie na Afenyo Markin enya floor no asabia speaking no enya me ekoso no FMB febi so enya de enye entronko anu de odwa right now no the shockingly is Afenyo Markin fight for Zanetor Rawlings or fighting for Zanetor Rawlings. Zanetor Rawlings in your position. Unya the big position Mahama Bemu, which is a very hard touching prayer and yasin. During the Casano, we review Neme Bia and Yanokre, trying to defend Akufo say President Papa, trying to say Nema Mahama Bekafa Akufo and Yanokre, Akufo Trantro. Now during this ne complaints no ne submission no abehwe omo ahone and this for nyina hutino say away this statement the enti tenase yen say bren kununkutini hwede ekoso
Mr. Speaker, the President again.
Honorable members, please.
The President again came to this house with a familiar story. The usual lamentations. He packaged it in a language as though we have a new beginning. Mr. Speaker, if the President has any concerns, his duty is to fix it. Mr. Speaker, His Excellency, the President, has announced to us a cabinet of 19 with only 2 women. The daughter of the founder of this NDC, Zanetor Rawlings, is missing. H00ted is missing. Is missing. Where are the women in this government? The Vice President.
Honorable members, please, order.
The Vice President is part of the government, and we are seeing only 2 women in cabinet, and the Vice President is sitting there. In percentage terms, we have only 10% of women in cabinet. Mr. Speaker, the President again, as part of his lamentations, is telling the nation that through some arrangements, they have been able to do 2 things. Pay domestic bonds that matured, and then also they have successfully done some financial engineering to pay some energy sector debts to keep our lights on. My question is, Mr. Speaker, Has the president any budget? This is the budget he inherited, the revenues he inherited that he has used for this purpose. The same government is condemning. Mr. Speaker, he has today told us that we have 2.2 million Ghanaians unemployed. But what he has forgotten, that in his administration, in less than 100 days, all we know is sack them, sack them, sack them, dismiss her, dismiss her, dismiss her. Mr. Speaker, on the streets of Accra today, the youth of the country are saying that Mahama Bakun termination bebre. Mr. Speaker, we are happy to hear from the president that he is going to launch the Nkokon Kiti. We are happy to hear this, but we are curious because only yesterday we heard of a confirm. Mr. Speaker, the president talked about the school feeding program, and in his submission on the school feeding program and the status of it, he said that they are now feeding the children well. What he didn't say was that at the time he assumed office, the previous government had paid every single one of the caterers. What he failed to tell Ghanaians was that President John Agyekum Kufuor, who is seated in this chamber, was the one who initiated the school feeding program. He did not acknowledge him. Mr. Speaker, what are we seeing in this government? The same old stock. The same old stock. There's nothing new. There is nothing like transformation. Only yesterday, Mr. Speaker, the youth of the NDC besieged the headquarters of the NDC demanding for jobs. Where are the jobs? Mr. Speaker, today we are seeing the 184 or so filling this chamber, the 183, plus the independent MPs who have caucused with the NDC. Today this house is full, but Mr. Speaker, Mr. President must know that the majority is frustrated. They don't come to the chamber because there are no jobs for them. Mr. Speaker, no, we have patience for them.
Honorable members, please. Honorable members, Honorable Minority Leader, You have 1 more minute.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, when Akufo-Addo was here on his last sonar, Akufo-Addo had patience for Emmanuel Ama Kofi-Boa to speak. Mr. Speaker, there must be patience for the minority side. I cannot be limited, Mr. Speaker. Let me finish. Mr. Speaker, what we have heard today fails to acknowledge the strides made in the last 8 years. Mr. Speaker, the president failed to acknowledge that he came to meet a peaceful and a stable country. 2, the president failed to tell us that he came to meet a public and civil service that the government, in spite of all challenges, was able to pay consistently. Mr. Speaker, the president failed to tell us that in spite of all the crisis, consistently, the Akufo-Addo government was able to increase wages. And the minimum we did was 11% as compared to his 10%.
Honorable Minority Leader,
Mr. Speaker, to conclude.
Your time is
Mr.
up.
Speaker, to conclude.
Honorable members, my attention has been drawn to the presence of more distinguished members. And I want to draw your attention to them. Honorable members, we have with us in the chamber Honorable Bernard Mona, the PNC presidential candidate for 2024. 2, honorable members, we have the APC presidential candidate Hassan Abdullahi Ayarga. Honorable members, we also have the national chairman of the PNC, Mr. Asaki Samson Awingobit. And we have the PNC vice presidential candidate in the person of Joycelyn Akofa Doche.
Abusian for ya Afenyo Markin say why Jane go CB Brewer Parliament House. But first of all, no ya dey say wetin my dey fight ama Zanetor Rawlings preposition a man because we deserve it, and who is we deserve it more and more. Yen case we deserve it because on Mahama pa omunyina no enkrofo so me competent obetima adwuma ye nti opeso okama John Dramani Mahama etise the founder of the party no ne baba no wonimde oyande so we be ya wasre no on man position bi enhye ne ba se bitima hye party no munyam be hye Zanetor so Rawlings and munyam bi achese enya asengeto na during the submission no no chese Niema President Akufo-Addo ye nyina no papa na opeso chere say the John Dramani Mahama president abeka no entronko a ebien ho papa Ghana for ye name the true state of the nation. Intinye the Afenyo Markin Bekano and a meme who say Mahama boa and Asako Fado dinner near papa. We know because of the hardship and no result and any crop teenage. Because of the hardship and no result and about me and yan. Some way in Yaka margin no cry no Kenya Kesi. So you people no moony voice oh baby out. Ghana for nim adia Mahama by oye. Onima dream bonia a yanko father shisha tuno ho. Ghana for doing him say Mahama a ye jumapa. Bondholders were 2 moka. I'ma just say it be a deni G in Cranshanaba. And you now bet you say, oh, you papa dream papa daddy. Look at the scandals there, Koso. Who you be a Ghana door conso. Uba address all the scandals. And near my bonia microphone be a bam. Name Tramo Cha Amu Ebinumaye. Just phrases Nipa Enya Quenyano. You say a 3.4. Multi report a 5.2 million. Hadden. So you people, it's time say one casano. Mujitum say, my bino, immuni pebi Ghana bro Ghana. Munjin tum once and for all, I'm on party. Since say, mobi defending, I'm doing what you treat and this for. No more paint picture be say, and people in this for you a back. I was for comment section with your subscribe and share my news in the binti. Hi for 1G Akroma.